Hey there, culinary friends. Today we're diving into the frosty world of frozen food. Let's face it, we all rely on a little frozen help now and then. But here's the concern. Thawing food safely is super important. We're talking about preventing those nasty foodborne illnesses. Think about it. Frozen food sits at a nice bacteria-stopping 0 degrees. But as it thaws, things start to warm up. And guess what loves those warmer temperatures? Yep, those pesky bacteria. Improper thawing is like giving those tiny troublemakers a VIP invitation to your dinner party. But don't worry, I'm here to arm you with the knowledge to keep your food and your guests safe and sound. We're going to break down the 4 main thawing methods: refrigerator, microwave, cold water, and cooking. Buckle up, food fans. Let's get thawing. First up, let's talk about the refrigerator. This is the gold standard, the safest way to thaw your food. It's all about slow and steady temperature control. Here's the deal. Find a spot on the lower shelves of your fridge. Why the lower shelves? Well, if any drips happen, and they might, you don't want raw meat juice raining down on your fresh produce. Cross-contamination is a big no-no. Now, this method takes a little planning. Larger items like a whole turkey might need a few days to thaw. Smaller cuts of meat or poultry figure on about 24 hours. Once thawed, use that food within 2 to 3 days. For red meats, you have a bit more time, about 5 to 7 days. Remember, patience is key with refrigerator thawing. But it's worth it for peace of mind and delicious, safely thawed food. Okay, let's talk about the microwave. We've all been there, staring into the freezer at the last minute, wishing for a culinary time machine. The microwave can seem like the answer to our time-crunched prayers. But hold your horses. Microwave thawing is a bit like a high-speed train. It gets you there fast, but you need to be careful. The key here is to cook the food immediately after thawing. And when I say immediately, I mean it. Don't even think about letting it sit on the counter for a bit. Remember those bacteria we talked about? They're just waiting for a chance to multiply. Use your microwave's defrost setting and follow the manufacturer's instructions. And here's a pro tip. Use a food thermometer to make sure your food is cooked to a safe internal temperature. Cold water, quick dip, a balancing act. Next up, we have the cold water method. This is a great option when you need something thawed a bit quicker than the refrigerator allows, but you don't want to use the microwave. Here's the game plan. Grab a bowl or container and fill it with cold water. Make sure the water is cold, not lukewarm or warm. Submerge your food in a leak-proof bag. This is crucial to prevent any water from contaminating your food. Now, here's the important part. You need to change the water every 30 minutes. Why? Because as the food thaws, it releases cold air, which warms up the surrounding water. We want to keep that water icy cold to discourage bacterial growth. So, while the cold water method is faster than the refrigerator, it requires a bit more hands-on attention. But hey, sometimes a little extra effort is worth it for a delicious and safe meal. Section 5. Straight to the heat. Thawing while cooking. Now, let's talk about the final thawing method. Cooking from frozen. This works for certain foods like ground meat, thin cuts of meat, or some vegetables. It's all about applying heat directly to the frozen food to both thaw and cook it simultaneously. However, this method is a bit trickier than it sounds. You'll need to adjust your cooking time. You're essentially adding a thawing step to the cooking process. That means longer cooking times to ensure everything is cooked through. Always check the food's internal temperature with a thermometer. This ensures your food is cooked to a safe temperature and eliminates any guesswork. Remember, this method isn't suitable for all foods. Large cuts of meat or poultry won't cook evenly if you try to cook them from frozen. Always check the recipe or packaging instructions for guidance. Frozen food finesse. Tips and tricks for success. Alright, food fans, let's recap and add a few bonus tips to make you a thawing pro. First things first, always plan. Know what you're cooking and how long it will take to thaw. Don't get caught in a time crunch. Second, make friends with your food thermometer. It's your best defense against undercooked food and those unwanted foodborne illnesses. Third, never refreeze thawed food. Once it's thawed, cook it and enjoy it. Refreezing can create a breeding ground for bacteria. And lastly, let's talk about ROP fish. ROP stands for Reduced Oxygen Packaging. It helps keep the fish fresher longer. When thawing ROP fish, follow the package instructions. Usually, you'll need to remove it from the packaging before defrosting. There you have it, your guide to thawing and defrosting food safely. Remember, a little knowledge and some simple precautions go a long way in the kitchen. Stay safe, cook well, and enjoy those delicious meals.